Alright, hello and welcome back everyone here to the Dota Trash King of the Hill $100 winner takes all best of 3. Game 2 we find ourselves in. It's going to be Sneaky Nick's Assassin. They're going up against Revenge. They do win game number 1, so Sneaky Nick's Assassin's looking for that win to extend this to the full best of 3. I'm Helium, and I think joining me again is Gorgon.
Absolutely, I am here. You guys can catch me
Too busy
over
in Twitch chat over there.
Yeah, well, I am just hanging in the Twitch chat, rebutting to mom jokes about my delightful mother, who does not ever exchange sexual favors for money or computers, contrary to what I may or may not have said in the Twitch chat.
Good to know, I guess. Bans, picks, what do we got? We've got a Lycan being taken out. Revenge also going to jump out that Ember Spirit, even though they played it very, very well. I mean, the laning phase went pretty poorly for them, but Ben Haas, he was given a little bit of space, and, well, he made the most of it. Did very, very nicely. They're also going to take out an Anti-Mage with their third, so really not looking to go into the late game this time. We see the Nagasire taken out, the Doom taken out, and the Nyx taken out. So, like, 3 carries just like that. Taken out by the Sneaky Nick's Assassins.
Yeah, Sneaky Nick's Assassins. I just want to run over some of these teams' play histories real quick. So everybody who does not know Sneaky Nick's Assassins, who are fairly new, and they have had a lot of changing names over the last little while. Like, they were SNA+4, and before that they were WWD, Wild Witch Doctors. A lot of roster changes, a lot of name changes, but as of late, they've been on an absolute tear for their level of play. They took a 2-game series last week here at Dota Trash from eHug without any losses. Before that, they took a 2-game series from Dignitas. Before that, they lost a series, but they won a game up against Union Gaming. They took a 2-game series against America's Finest Dota players, and they took a 2-game series against Tuchons, all within the last month or so, and all in a row. So they're basically very close to undefeated for the last month in their level of play. And
well, they beat eHug as well in the last week's
yeah.
King of the Hill, Dota Trash King of the Hill, so...
Yeah, and not only did they beat eHug, they kind of stomped eHug. It was not what you would expect coming out of eHug, who typically are able to at least give a good performance. Last week, their coordination was just...
Well, that was right when they picked up 2 new players,
yeah.
So...
And they're still kind of working through the growing pains of that. But Revenge, worth noting, they haven't had quite as strong of a performance as of late, but they've been up against really big teams. They managed to take a game from EG. That was the 21st. They took a game from Dog. They've taken a game off of Liquid the last month. They actually beat Liquid in a series on the 18th. So... they're up against basically what would be considered tier 1 teams. I mean, EG, absolute tear, and Revenge is able to take games off of them. They haven't taken a series off of EG's new roster as of yet, but they have taken some series. They've taken series off of eHug in the last month. So both these teams, they might not be as well known as Liquid, eHug, and maybe even might not be as well known as somebody like Union Gaming, but they have been doing, both of them, very well in the American Dota scene. So, just a little bit of a run through. Why don't we go and talk about our draft?
Yeah,
Revenge is
we do have some picks. There have been 7 heroes picked up at this point. Revenge looks like they've got some nice push once again. They've got the Chen, they've got the Nature's Prophet. Now they're going to have a little bit of pick off on their end with the Storm Spirit. It was played very, very well by Ush. They're in that first game. They're going to go with the Bane once again. So 3 of those 5 heroes from game 1 back to Revenge with potential for more. Nagasire has been banned, so no. This is the maximum they could possibly have from game number 1. On the other side of things, though, Sneaky Nick's Assassins. Invoker, we talked about, very dominant mid-hero. He was banned out in game 1. Probably going to be going Quasmax, looking to control those team fights, drain all the mana that EMP going to prove to be very, very strong against Storm Spirit and against Chen. I mean, Chen gets hit by an EMP, and we've got, it was Masoku here. He's not going to be able to use Test of Faith, that teleportation back to base, without any mana. It's actually one of his most costly spells at 200.
Yeah, this is, but not just one of his most costly spells, it's also his most effective spell. You can save people with Hand of God, but last game, we saw that Chen saved no fewer than, 12, 13 lives with that Test of Faith?
Mostly Bane.
Yeah, mostly Bane over and over and over again. Everybody else could blink away. Bane, always getting caught forward, has no escape, but being sent back very regularly by that Chen, and gave Bane the opportunity to save up enough for a Blink Dagger of his very own. So Sneaky Assassins picking up their own namesake. Grab that Bat Rider again. Ice Mike has been on a Bat Rider tear. I don't know that I've seen him play a hero other than Bat Rider, where Bat Rider was not banned for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And I cast a lot of Sneaky Nyx Assassins. They happen to play in every tournament I cast, so.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a popular hero. It's coming back into the fold of things. I feel like it was always pretty good, but especially viable now with the changes to the offlane, the changes to, I guess not really, maybe a little the changes to the jungle, which helps him in the offlane. Then, of course, his ability to just leave the offlane in jungle, it's as good as it ever was. So still very, very good. I guess that Blink Dagger online at 10 minutes pretty much no matter what. And some more picks coming out. The Nyx Assassins get their namesake hero, the Nyx Assassin. They're also going to pick up a Vengeful Spirit behind that. Should be a support. I doubt we'll see it carry, but, you know, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, that will almost certainly be a support. And it's kind of an odd support. The swap works really well with the Invoker EMP Tornado. It works really well with the Lasso. It works really well with the Vendetta. It's another one of those very sudden, sneaky moves that allows you to surreptitiously attack the lines of your opponent. But Vengeful Spirit as a whole is more of a late game support. And so far, Sneaky Nyx Assassin is not pulling a late game style draft. But last game, they did surprise us by pulling out that Gyrocopter, and they ended up doing a 4-for-1 strategy that did not work out. Getting rid of that Spectre is telling as well. They are planning on doing some global strategy here.
Gyrocopter did feel pretty useless last game. I mean, he was slow. He was getting netted. Even if he went BKB, he would still get netted, which I'm assuming is why he didn't. But then he was getting destroyed by Orchid. Had a pretty rough game. I think he still maybe even ended positive, like 5-4-7 or 5-5-7. So he didn't do terrible, but I never really felt his effect like at all.
Yeah. He just didn't get the chance to farm up. And like I had said in the game, he only went with one survivability item, which is always a gamble, as you can basically just be bursted down. And that's exactly what they did, that Gyrocopter, every fight. They just put everything on him, burst him down. He had no ability to avoid it. He didn't have the Black King Bar. He didn't get up a Satanic even. He had a basic Helm of the Dominator. He didn't have any, he had a Bracer for life, but no basic strength items. So it just didn't end up working out for them. And like you said, the Gyrocopter, you didn't feel his presence, and they didn't get the game to last long enough for his presence to be felt. Sneaky Nyx Assassins might be going for something similar here, as the Vengeful Spirit does tell me, typically anyway, with a lineup like this, that there's going to be a 4-for-1 strategy, allowing a farming carry to really get going, so that Vengeance Aura can really be taken advantage of in the late game. And there's a Faceless Void, so that is a fairly hard carry that comes out in the late game.
I was hoping Mike was going to pick that up and take it to the offlane.
No, it is going to be SNA, and that does speak for a 4-for-1 strategy. We will see. And Faceless Void, another hero who does very well with that. All of a sudden, you're fighting moments. With the Invoker, you got the Tornado EMP, the Blink Dagger on the Bat Rider.
Pretty much.
The Blink Dagger on the Nyx Assassin along with Vendetta, the swap on the Vengeful Spirit, and the Time Walk on the Faceless Void. Nyx Assassins doing their namesake proud by grabbing lots and lots of all of a sudden we're fighting you moments.
Yeah, well, it should be a support Nyx Assassin along with Venge, so they're going to be, just sitting in the jungle, although at this rate, what do you go aggressive? I mean, you can even offlane dual lane with Benhaz and Misko and try to shut down this Void, landing that arrow. But Chen and Bane are going to rotate very, very well together. The Sleep to set up the Centaur Stomp, or the Shockwave, or the Hellbear Smash, whatever you need it to be. So we'll see how they want to run.
I think they'll probably do a defensive tri-lane with the Nature's Prophet off lane and the Storm Spirit taking that mid. But honestly, I would much rather see the Chen take an aggressive jungle stance, have them do the Bane Mirana with very frequent rotations, and on that Faceless Void, you have to shut them down. It would also be much more unexpected. At the moment, it does look like SNA is going to go into the aggressive jungle, knowing the Chen's going to be up there. Presumably, they're going to drop some wards and block his camps. If they did the aggressive jungle, they wouldn't have to worry about this, because nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, or in this case, the aggressive jungle Chen.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's what's going to happen here at all. We do see, once again, though, a 5-man smoke up into enemy territory to start off the game. Get that intel, maybe pick up the first blood like they did last game. See who they spot out. It's actually going to be IX Mike. They will find him.
So we do see the block camps coming out, and they are going in to completely shut down this Shen. IX Mike taking a couple of auto attacks, but he will be getting away. And Revenge probably should have seen this coming. If they didn't, that is kind of unforgivable in my book. You know that the Chen is almost exclusively run in the safe jungle. And you know that SNA likes to play this aggressive style. So of course they're going to come in and block your camps. There are no sentries coming out of Revenge though, so they don't plan on counter blocking or counter warding those blocks. Nor do they plan on running the aggressive jungle Chen. Although I would much prefer to see that. They
actually blocked one of their own camps too. This should block.
You know, I don't know. I think that comes out like this, but I'm not.
Yeah,
sure.
maybe.
So I think that this is narrowly on the outside. I think the tree line is almost literally the outside line of that block spawn.
All right, well, we'll see. If it does block, it seems like it would be a really, really strong ward the other way around for Radiant to just...
It does block. It did not spawn, so it is just inside.
I'm pretty sure it's like this. Tree, rock, tree. It's like massive. It's
my dire side knowledge is not great for spawn, especially
top lane. This could very well be the first blood. There's no extra damage, no brain sap or anything from Misko, but one more attack from the Mirana is going to seal the deal. Ben Oz picks up the first blood, so he's off to a very, very different start here in game number 2, playing on that Mirana. And well, Mirana, not the hardest of carries, but she can get it done early game with some good levels and some decent farm. So, well, great start so far.
Now, what's beautiful about the Mirana, she's not the hardest of carries, but you don't need to be the hardest of carries. You just need to carry faster than your opponent on the Mirana. If you get carrying faster, then your opponent won't get carrying at all. And you just have to carry harder than them, I guess, is basically the moral of the story. Now, Mirana getting that first blood, very, very effective. She's almost level 3 already before 2 minutes. There's the level 3. Bad Rider's going to have a lot of trouble. He's going to have to retire into the jungle earlier than normal.
Mid lane, they're trying to kill Fluff and Stuff. He's actually going to be a duo mid using that mana burn to shut down Smash, but it goes that Nightmare onto the Centaur stop that we talked about. Pretty obvious. Looks like Ush made a bit of a mistake attacking that Nightmare. Could be in some trouble giving up his own life as a result, but no, not that much trouble. Has the points up in Quas, extra health regen. Revenge, though, out with 2 kills pretty early on, and I see that SNA+4 picked up 1, but I'm just not quite sure where they did that.
The odds of that Centaur being available at this stage in the game with the camps that are being blocked are like... maybe 15%, something like that. That was an extremely fortunate first spawn for that Chen, and really did not work out for Fluff and Stuff.
It's like 1 in 4, 1 in 5.
It's 1 in 5, but also, yeah, I guess it is 1 in 5, but I don't know. It feels like it's less likely just because all the camps are blocked, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, actually, they did block this one, so he got it. Where did he even pick that up at? At this camp right here?
Yeah, he picked it up at this camp right here, and then he killed the mini Centaur, and then stacked it, and now he's knocking it down again. So, despite the fact that he only has 1 camp, this Chen doing very, very well for himself. And Mosaku's been impressing me all day on his Chen play.
Except for the very start. He gave it the first blood, which wasn't very much his fault, but then he smoke ganked into the mid lane, literally just walked up the river and fed himself, so that was a little questionable. But after that, like, he played one hell of a Chen, even went for a Blink Dagger and made it make sense, and just saved his teammates so many times, as we have talked about pretty extensively, I would say. Mike, he abandons the off lanes and goes straight into the jungle. Lots of stacks working their way down here, both of these camps being stacked up. I think even simultaneously, Ush may have went back and stacked one, or maybe Mike just managed to get them both. And he's going to be jungling up, and even as a result of doing that, should have his Blink Dagger, I would say, 10-12 minutes. Unless something crazy happens, he starts getting invaded.
If I'm playing IX Mike, just knowing what I know about SNA, having casted them so much, at 2 minutes and 40 seconds, I go into the jungle and block this camp and that camp. You know, almost every single game at 3 minutes he retires, especially if his lane is hard. If he doesn't retire, then he retires by 5 minutes. Every single game on that Bat Rider. So if you see him on the Bat Rider, Revenge could just go ahead and smoke up, drop these 2 camps, or at least one of those camps, and completely bone IX Mike's entire game plan. At the moment, they don't seem to have the map control or the wherewithal to go and get that done. Mike will probably go back to his lane around 8 minutes when he's close to his Blink Dagger. That's his normal modus operandi.
Yeah, we've got Whitebeard stacking up even more camps, so it's going to make that Blink Dagger definitely come online. That timing on the Blink Dagger is pretty dependent on how much your supports are going to help you, and running this defensive lane, well, they're going to be helping out quite a bit. Fluff and Stuff left to his own devices, stacking and pulling through here on the Nyx Assassin. They want him to get up to level 6. Meanwhile, SNA, here on the Faceless Void, up to level 5. Uncontested farm. He even killed the Nature's Prophet earlier on. That's SNA+4's 1 kill. He's 28 and 7, and he's going for a Hand of Midas because why not? He's going to have it very, very soon, like 4 minutes, 50 seconds, so great timing there. That'll probably go Treads, Mask of Madness, I would have to assume.
Yeah, that's pretty standard. If he doesn't go for that, I'd be pretty surprised. Ben Haas is doing very, very well in his lane, and I think we will probably see a tower push around 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Or maybe 8 minutes coming out of SNA. This Chen needs to go get himself some creeps, but at the
maybe
moment,
right now they've got a double wave with the siege creep, so this could be their attempt at going for the tier 1 tower.
The Nature's has teleported up here and is getting ready for the push. So even earlier than expected. The reason I said wait off till 7:30 is because the Chen has no creeps, but it doesn't look like they're going to need them.
Nope, not really. Nature's Prophet's there. They don't even have... Oh, okay, there's some treants there. He did spawn him to run out of the tree. So the tier 1 is going to fall. This is, what they would have liked to have done last game, but that aggressive tri-lane sort of got in their way. But not this time. They actually do pop the Glyph of Fortification to slow this down a little bit. Bot lane, any push onto that? Nope, that tower is 100% healthy. The top one falls. Ben Haas doing well. Picked up the first blood, 35 CS, and a tower hit. So phase boots and 1,000 gold. Looks like he may also be looking towards a Midas, because why not?
Yeah, this is starting to move into a position where SNA getting that Midas is going to push off their Void just that much longer. Ben Haas is going to continue to stay here along with Masaku, along with Mihawk, and he's got a Centaur Conqueror now. So this is potentially going to be another tier 2, and the Void is still just trying to get a basic farm.
Yeah, I mean, when you pick up a Nature's Prophet and a Chen, this is essentially what you want to happen. You look up this strat in the dictionary, this is what you see. Maybe not now. When you look up how to defend it, this is what you see. Masaku can be caught in that Chronosphere, trying to bring him down, but a beautiful Nightmare coming out from Misko is going to shut down Sna's aggression. Moonlight Shadow comes out, Morana, very, very level. They're actually going to go ahead and kill Ush. Invoker running over, going to find 3 of them. So they do give up 1 hero, and a nice Nightmare is going to save another. As jumping into the trees, they are going to go ahead and take down Chen. So they finally get Masaku. It looks like they've defended their tower for the time being, but another creep wave comes in, and I don't know if SNA+4 is, or excuse me, Revenge is going to decide to back off, because Chronosphere was already used, and that tower is pretty low. It's not in deny range yet, so backing off might be the better option.
Yeah, they're going to rotate mid, probably. Yeah, and they are actually coming over here. There's some TP reactions as Ush comes up, but Smash is just going to walk up past him, force Ush to hide in the tree line. That was a weird engagement coming out of Smash and Invoker. I don't know if you saw that. They were just kind of like walking.
Yeah, they just like walked by. Like, what's up?
Hey man, I'm gonna
truce for now, man. Let me get back to my side of the map.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go over here if you can appreciate. Yeah, thanks. No, appreciate it. Thanks. It's a professional courtesy.
I think Ush was just scared that everyone had rotated over, so he didn't even want to do anything.
Yeah, and he didn't fall back right away. He kind of waited for a moment and then fell back. It's just, I don't know, it's weird. Chilling, or Cold Snap does go out in Storm Spirit just to annoy him at this moment. The Void doing fairly well, but this 4-for-1 strategy not working out so far. IX Mike still a little ways off of his Blink Dagger because of that last engagement that he had to respond to, not getting it up soon enough. Once that Blink Dagger comes out, and the 6 is up on Nyx Assassin, both of which will happen here in the next couple minutes, then the 4-for-1 is going to start taking off. The Invoker is going to be able to hold his own. The Batrider is going to be able to initiate. The Nyx Assassin able to reinitiate. And that's when Void is really going to start getting going. So wait for that Blink Dead to come out. Watch the time code on that. And then look at the charts. And watch it start to slowly fade in SNA's favor if Revenge is unable to push through and to get some towers.
Mike's going to have his Blink Dagger after clearing up this stack here. So that's going to be about 9 minutes. He'll go back to base, so he'll be looking to gank with it for the first time around 10 minutes, and that's where things can turn around. And with all the XP that he's about to get, Bright, or Fluff and stuff, going to pull even more creeps into the fire. So Blink Dagger completed and 150 gold to spare, so he can buy up another smoke if he wants to. That's exactly what he does. And Bright, Fluff and stuff. I'm going to keep calling him Bright because that's just what I'm reading.
Yeah.
He doesn't hit level 6 off of that, but he gets it here as he TPs over to the top lane. So everything they need online here right before 9 minutes.
This tower is now in deny range. Oh, no, now it's in deny range.
There you go.
There we go. And getting that tower denied, I mean, this is not an important tower to knock down. You only really want to knock it down. They're not going to deny. Okay, yeah, they are. I thought that catapult was going to get one last auto attack on it. Your opponent's off lane tower, not important to knock down for map control. It gives you control of anything important.
Well,
except maybe
the dire one is.
Yeah, the dire one is much more important for the Roshan. But for Radiant over here, this tower is basically the least important tower on the map. And
I'd argue that the tier 1 is more useless. But yeah, both of those towers kind of suck. There's not a whole lot going on over there.
Yeah, at least the tier 1 you can use it to engage into the jungle. You know what I mean? The tier 2 you can't. You can't use it to engage into anything. You can use it maybe to get to the secret shop, But other than that, you can only use it to engage into people trying to push that tier 2. If you don't get the gold knocking that down, it's just not worth your time to knock it out, to be honest. Bright is going to move in here. Very nice stun on Benhaz. There's going to be the lasso, followed by the wave of terror. Some auto text. There's a stun, and that is going to be a Nyx Assassin grabbing himself a kill.
Yep, nicely done. They kill Benhaz, probably the highest net worth on the map right now. Indeed he is. He sits at 5k. The Storm Spirit at 4.2. That's Smash. SNA at 4.2 as well here on the Void. So he's doing quite well. And we should mention, I mean, they put in Fluff and stuff, so Fluff's playing that support. Obviously, Mike on his standard role. But it's SNA who gets rotated around a lot. We've seen him play that Wisp like a true boss.
Oh, yeah.
He is a very, very talented Wisp player, but he gets thrown over onto the carry, I think, most of the time. I mean, I don't know. Fluff is sort of sitting in for their carry player, which was KVH. I don't know if this is a 100% Fluff joining this team, but
any official word, but they've been playing together a lot. So in an unofficial capacity, I think it's safe to say that Fluff is here at least to stay for this level of tournament. And SNA, you get the impression just by the way that they've been running their PR, by the way, the regularity of their play, they're thinking about moving in and trying to make themselves a tier 2 team, trying to make themselves.
Yeah, I talked to Mike. I was like, "Are you pretty serious about this team, or are you just doing it for fun with some of your, you know, your IXDL bros and whatnot?" And he's like, "Well, I mean, we're entering every tournament we can at the pretty much tier 2 level. I mean, really just any tournament." Because they're in everything. I mean, they were in Star Ladder. I don't know if they were in MLG TKO. I haven't paid too much attention to that tournament. I think that was maybe just tier 1 team invites.
Yeah,
but yeah, they're in everything, and they are actually trying to be, I guess, an established team.
They're doing pretty well for themselves. Like I was saying earlier, for the teams that they're playing in the tournaments that they're playing, they are typically dominating. They lose a match here and there, sometimes doing strategies that they haven't practiced, it seems like, but typically they play at a higher level than most of the community tournaments can provide, and even a lot of the tier 2 tournaments that they play in can provide. There's going to be the smoke as Revenge does go into the Roshan.
Oh, Nisco in trouble in the bot lane. They're going to use a Void just to go ahead and kill him, or Chronosphere just to kill him. And, well, no Chronosphere now to stop this potential Rosh, as we've got Mihawk Masoku in the pit. And we've seen Chen team up with some other people. Even Chen and Vengeful Spirit can walk into the pit together and take Roshan down fairly early on. This time it's going to be Chen and Nature's Prophet, of course. Yep, this Rosh is going to go down. It's Medallion, actually, for Masoku to facilitate this.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet at this level can, with proper micro, he can do it by himself. If he does buy up a Medallion and he micros those treants well, at 12 minutes, a Nature's Prophet can go in and long take a Roshan. It does take a while, though. With the Chen picking up that Medallion and the extra creeps, shouldn't be an issue. Bane is going to deny a tower here in the bottom lane. So even during that, the one trade that SNA was hoping to get out of that was the tower, and they don't end up grabbing that. They end up having
here lasso. Lasso onto Smash. Smash down.
Okay,
he just picked up that Aegis. They gave the Aegis, of course, over to the hero who's going to be initiating and jumping in, trying to make some more space for them. He dies immediately. Now he jumps in onto Fluff and stuff. Going to get stunned up one more time. He's completely out of mana. This EMP isn't going to help. Now Misco out of mana on the backside of that. Will he even get Fluff? No, wand charges keep him alive. The overcharge is actually enough. So 1-for-1 trade thus far, but it's really not going to be worth it. Smash goes up the Aegis and dies. The Bane also falls, so they lose the Aegis and then 2 heroes behind it.
That was a bit like a Charlie Chaplin flick. The Storm loses the Aegis and then jumps in, stuns himself on the Nyx Assassin, and ends up trading off 2-for-1 plus an Aegis. So disregard everything I just said about SNA not taking a trade there, because Revenge basically handed them the most beautiful trade they could have wanted.
Yeah, that's more of a mistake and some over-aggression from Smash, more than SNA making the plays.
Yeah, no, SNA basically, like I said, Revenge just handed that to them on the golden platter. That was just SNA taking what was given to them and not complaining. And that is, yeah, Revenge, once again, just taking a look at the gold chart, they're not able to bump past this 2,000 gold mark for any significant amount of time. They've been at about 1,500 for about 10 minutes now. They have not moved from that point very significantly. The experience is actually in SNA's favor. I don't know. Revenge does not have the late game to handle this Void. And Void is starting to... He's got his Perseverance up. He's almost got his Claymore up. He's going to be able to farm out the jungle extremely quickly. This is trouble. Revenge not asserting themselves in a way. They're not grabbing... They still have a tier 1 tower in the safe lane that they can knock down. They still have a tier 1 tower in the mid that they can knock down. So...
I mean, I think they're just kind of scared of that Chronosphere, and they've got, what, the Tornado to set it up?
Ooh,
if Ashland's a 3-man Tornado, the teamfight's essentially over. I'm actually going to keep it here in the middle lane. EMP goes off onto Benjas. He will actually be able to leap away. We look up top now. Batrider takes out the Nature's Prophet, still wants to continue to chase down Masoku. And High Left Terror, they're going to realize how far away Chen actually did get. And SNA into the middle lane. The Chronosphere goes out. This is going to be Misco falling down. The arrow comes in. Quick dodge. I mean, you got 1,000 move speed inside of that Chronosphere. So very, very quick dodge. But Ush, look at this. Moonlight Shadow, the counter initiation. Ush in a lot of trouble on this Invoker, although pretty tanky. Will actually not live. He almost lives. Get the Tornado, though, so that's going to mean Smash goes down. Mike uses the lasso for that. Actually, Fluff and stuff picks up the double kill on the Nyx Assassin. A wall of creep to block this push in. But look at that. The Impale is going to land anyway. SNA just jumps through them with his Time Walk. And it's going to be Mike onto a killing spree, picking up the kill there on the Chen to make it 10-6, 2-for-2 trade thus far. People starting to TP out. Misco going to channel the Fiend's Grip onto Mike. The rest of Chen's creep dying in the Firefly and Mike. Will he be able to get away? The leap forward extra attack speed from Benhaz will clean it up. 10-7, and Revenge look to have gotten the better end of that. Although SNA lives through a lot, picks up a kill, and, you know, a ton of XP.
Yeah, and Faceless continuing to farm out here. Wow, I'm stumbling over my words in a way that is atypical for me, but let me clear my thoughts here. The 4-for-1 strategy coming out of SNA works regardless of whether or not you're slightly trading off advantage to your opponent. All you want in a 4-for-1 strategy is to go more or less even for as long as possible. SNA is winning so long as they're not losing. And at the moment, they're executing that perfectly. The experience has evened off. The gold has been evened off since about 5 minutes. And that's exactly where they need to be. This Faceless Void is going to have up his Battle Fury extremely soon. And he's actually going to move in and grab a Misco.
Yeah, Misco, who has 2 Null Talismans for who really knows why. I mean, sure, it tanks you up a little bit, gets you that right click, which Bane isn't really super dependent on. I don't know, interesting, not something you see every day.
Yeah, he is 0-4, so maybe he's just trying to get a very, very cheap option to get himself a little...
Yeah, they're even cheaper than Bracers, I believe. No, they're actually more expensive. I don't know.
I think they're the exact same price.
No, they're cheaper. They're $470. Yeah, health items are generally more expensive. Bracers at $525. Whitebeard is in some trouble. Smash is going to get him on the Storm Spirit. He might get smashed up here, though, by SNA with that time lock. 4 points in that. And it's actually Ush that picks up the kill. So Invoker getting another one to his name. 2-2 and 485 CS. Got 100 CS on Benhaz. The Mirana, looking at the net worth, it's the Mirana out in front still. 2-1 and 3. Hand of Midas has an ultimate orb, so probably looking to go for the phase into the Linken's Battle Fury, though, coming out at 17 minutes on top of a Midas. So this is about as greedy as it gets. They're running the 4 Protect 1 strategy. Your Void goes for a Midas, he goes for a Battle Fury. He's just, you know, ready to farm for a while, and now we'll probably see him finish up his boots into treads as bottom lane, Mihawk in some trouble, but the Fiend's Grip is going to get him out of dodge, and they're actually going to turn it around on Mike. Mike will go down. Wow, that Brain Sap did quite a bit. Here comes Fluff and stuff, though, into the fray. SNA wants to get a kill. He can throw the Chrono to reveal an invisibility, so it doesn't really matter that they don't have dust, but they do have dust anyways, and they don't need it. He dies in the fire. And Batrider picking up the kill from the grave.
Getting that revenge kill, Ice Mike. I don't know what Chen is doing up here. He's pushing this in, but he's not going to be able to get the tier 3, so he's... I don't know. I don't know what he thinks his team is getting out of this push, to be honest.
Well, he's getting a mech. It's finished now. He buys the recipe, pushes the wave, trying to force a response, I guess. I don't know. Maybe just really doesn't know what to do. Separated from the team. I'm just going to farm. He knows he's safe. Trying to make the most of it, as they're not really going to group up and do anything without this Bane, so...
Yeah, the mid lane is taking more damage from the creeps than it's taken from Revenge. It's down to almost getting around deny range. It's about 100 away. In the bottom tower, we are going to see Mihawk get caught out once again and knocked down by that Faceless Void. Void is being fed too many kills at this point. He's been off farming. He still doesn't have treads, but he's 3-0-7.
Smash, mid lane, big trouble. Orchid goes out. EMP as well. This should be Smash hitting the deck. No, he just barely lives, and they turn it around. Benjaz is there, and he picks up the kill on that Mirana. He's sitting 3-1 and 3. Recipe for the Linken Sphere is done. He's got enough for the Perseverance as well. So Linken's now completed. Going to be immune to that lasso. Pretty much the only thing to stop him besides Chrono.
All right, and There is going to be a glyph, so there should be a defensive reaction coming out here. That arrow, go ahead and knock him down. Okay, there's the Chrono.
Ooh, big 3-man Chrono is going to straight onto this Chen. Chen's got the mech. He does not have Hand of God. They're going to bring him down before he gets any form of heal off. Lasso over onto Benhaz. He just got the Lincolns delivered. You can't get much more unfortunate than that. Maybe it still saves his life with one auto attack. He's still going to go down. Now they turn their focus over to Misko. Stunned from the Vengeful Spirit. Now Misko is going to drop. The Brain Sap keeps him up a little longer, but it's a double kill for SNA.
They did grab the tower. I mean, that's something. But once again, SNA given way too much leeway here. They're not able to do anything to him. He's playing very defensively until he pops that Chrono.
That's a sad day. Trying to use that Shadow Amulet to live, but the Orchid damage, even though he turned Invis, the Orchid damage still killed him. And now Ush looks like he will pay for that. Smash should be able to kill him.
I hear you like orchids, brother. Let me show you mine.
Yeah, right? Let's see. Fluff does not have an Orchid. He's actually working towards a 4-staff, and he's just going to go ahead and farm the lane. Maybe they pick him off, though. I think... Yeah, Smash does not have a lot of mana.
So I don't know how you feel about this mid-game lapse coming out of Revenge, but I think it is, well, actually, Smash going to come in and pick up Fluff and stuff.
That was a lot of damage. That Test of Faith definitely did the 400 max right there.
Oh, yeah. That was blown up in a way that you don't normally see a Chen contribute to. Mask of Madness is coming out all of a sudden. The IX Mike grabs himself one, and we also saw one go out on the Faceless Void. So Void has his basic kit done. He's got Treads, he's got Battle Fury, and he's got Mask of Madness with a Hand of Midas to boot. He is ready to start getting engaged. And I say that a little tongue-in-cheek because he is 5-0-8, so he's been engaged the whole game. His team has been doing a really good job of opening up space for that Void to grab some kills.
Yeah, I mean, you keep saying there's a 4 protect 1, but to be honest, SNA has been pretty involved defending these towers. He got a nice 3-man Chrono. He's used his Chrono in lane on just one person to pick up the kills, and that puts him at 5-0-8, 130 CS, 11.5k on the net worth. He will lead Benhaz about 900 gold behind that on the Mirana. And all his attack speed items are up now. Of course, the Mask of Madness active, the Tread set to agility, the Hand of Midas providing a lot of attack speed. And his next item, I'm going to guess it's going to be an AC or maybe going for a Mjolnir.
Yeah, I think an AC or Mjolnir is probably the way to go. If I had to choose between those, the AC helps a lot more with
lightning
towers.
Bolts.
But lightning bolts, they shoot out of my...
It's a valid argument, yeah. I feel.
The Mjolnir would give him a lot more AoE, and that would help him deal with the Treants, would also help him deal with the Chen, but at this stage in the game, he's already got the Battle Fury. What more do you really want? The towers are going to be where they're having a little bit more trouble, as they have only managed to knock down 2, and Void just going right back to farming out this bottom lane, and his team running a blocking maneuver, as Invoker is scouting out and does see the Moonlight Shadow go out.
Yeah, he sees the Moonlight Shadow. He's invis. I was drawing some question marks on the ground because he should have been able to see the... whoa, big pick off there. That's the top lane. That's Nyx Assassin trying to do what he can. Still has not been able to farm up that 4-staff because he's just been getting picked off every time he's sitting in a lane. Even when he's by his towers, he's getting picked off. But yeah, Ghost Walk, it's putting the footsteps on the ground, so he knows that he walked through Nature's Prophet a little earlier, and of course that can reveal those ganks in the Moonlight Shadow, but...
Yeah. This is... I was going to say something earlier. We got into a fight. I'm going to bring it up now. I don't know how you feel about this Midas that came out on Benhaz around 10 minutes. I think that it's probably a significant contributing factor to Revenge's lapse here in the mid-game. And we're going to see an engagement in the bottom.
Yeah, Smash is going to be lasted up. Chrono goes off just to buy some space. That space creating Chrono. He doesn't even fight inside of it. He picks up the kill. Now he's going to be able to time walk away. No silence coming out from the Nature's Prophet. Not quite as rich as he was last game at this point. Phase, Hand of Midas, Shadow Blade. It's still definitely pretty well timed. We'll see if he wants to work towards that Orchid again. That's what he did game number 1. Maybe you're going to be forced to change things up, but probably not. Maybe going for the Sheep Stick first instead of just any sort of Orchid. They need to be able to shut down SNA when he's inside of those Chronos.
They are going to move in here for that Aegis, and there is not any vision coming out for SNA, so this will probably be a free Aegis. No, it is being pinged out. They have some idea of what's going on. And Invoker is going to scout it. And he's immediately going to be seen. Well.
And yeah. Yes, he is. Where, I guess there's a sentry down somewhere?
Yeah,
or is
it's
it
right over here.
Oh, it's on the bottom, of near the rune.
Yeah, it was a counter sentry. And it just happened. He was literally on the edge of that when he got Fiend Script.
Yeah, you talk about... am I lagging out? What is happening?
No, I'm getting the exact same thing. They're all just holding still. And now they're back.
What?
You know,
Okay.
that lazy Sunday afternoon.
No, I think they were actually just not attacking
I
it,
think
so
so,
Smash
too.
could come in there. It looked like they had just lagged out. That was weird.
Yeah, but the weird thing is
but then I saw them
nonstop
use mana
attacking,
boots.
too. Like, that's what's particularly weird.
Maybe they just struck fear in his heart. Chen was trying to wholly persuade the Roshan.
It didn't work out, but they did grab themselves an Aegis. So either way, working out in their favor. Smash on that Aegis. Hopefully he won't throw it away like the way he did the first one. Revenge needs to start pushing down some towers. They've needed to do this for some time now. And time is running out. Radiant is now able to knock down towers and trade off towers, even without the Void. They feel pretty comfortable doing so. So a 1-for-1 tower trade, both safe lanes going down. At the 25-minute mark, we should be moving in here for a tier 2 trade if there's not an SNA response. Vengeful is actually going to be teleporting back here. Yep, there is the SNA response. And it does not look like the Revenge Squad wants to back out of this stuff.
Smash to start things off with the Orchid. The swap out, though, immediately. Smash going to go ahead and jump back in, but a 3-man Chrono at the tower. Battle Fury cleaving away. He's going to take out all 3 of them. It's a triple kill for SNA+4. The Aegis gets popped off. Nature's Prophet, the only one not. Well, actually, he just gets dealt with. It's an ultra kill now. Do they keep Smash alive for the Rampage? They don't. They bring him down. Vengeful Spirit gets the kill there, and that's a team wipe. Revenge lose all 5 and get nothing. Not even damage on the tower.
Well, that is items for days for our viewers. That is a very good reason why you might want to go over to the Dota 2 store and pick yourself up a 99-cent ticket to Dota Trash. Because, yeah, you see a 5-man wipe like that, everybody gets a little piece of the action, basically.
Yeah, especially Gorgon from last night over at Sivo. You got like 4 items.
Did
when,
I?
Chicago Ted and I were casting.
I wasn't even watching the game. I just had it open, so... Yay!
What a bastard.
I gotta love those Sivo items. Speaking of which, I'll be casting Sivo right after this series, so do stick around. The Boots of Travel, or do follow me on Twitter to catch that Sivo action. The Boots of Travel finally up on the Bat Rider, who, that Mask of Madness is just a really abnormal pickup, but...
Really? Yeah. I feel like it's pretty standard.
Is it? I have not seen... Have you seen that Mike pick it up, though? Because I haven't seen Mike.
Yeah. He picked it up last game as well.
Did he? I did not notice that. Yeah, no, I cast SNA a lot, and I feel like I don't see Mike pick that up very often. But maybe I'm
I think
just crazy.
Bone 7 gets credit for that build.
Yeah, that does seem like a Bone 7
that
build.
Mask of Madness. It's very good, though. I mean, 4-staff, he's not dragging the Chen here. He just wants to set up the stun with Fluff, and he does. They get the kill. Ron Burgundy getting those items. And that's 2 pickoffs there in a row. Now Smash trying to have it go onto Fluff, but Fluff will live. That long-range tornado going to go the distance, but it's going to be off the mark. Now we've got a Chrono in the mid lane. EMP coming in should do quite a bit of damage. They will take out Misco. Now he needs to get that lifesteal. The Mask of Madness amping the damage he takes from Ben Haas. So Ben Haas gets the kill, but it's ultra kill here for Ush Dota. He's like, Sna, you're going to pick him an ultra kill? So am I. Start calling this team Ush +4. He's going to go one further, try to get that Rampage. Let's see if he can. But no! Shutting it down is Masoku, sending someone back again once more with that test of faith. Now Smash comes into the fight. We'll take out the Invoker. Mike now in some trouble. So this was a buyback here. Mike, can they get him? It looks like he will be okay. He can blink in 1 more second, and he will be gone. Arrow coming in, going to be off the mark. But, you know, an okay turnaround, but you did just give up an ultra kill, and then you just gave up an ultra kill in your own territory.
Yeah, this is starting to look like Revenge needs a miracle to come back from this. They're going to need more than a hand of God from God in order to make this happen. They are way behind in gold. They're actually not that behind at all, but in experience, they are in excess of 10,000. And they can't assert themselves. Their one basic strategy that you would expect Revenge to be going for is get towers fast, get towers consistently, and they have not been doing it. Fluff and Stuff is going to just move on to Smash here. Ice Mike going to blink in and take him down in the river. That's going to be a very nice little pick-off for SNA as well. Ben Haas trying to catch back up, but look at his items. He went for that minus, but he does not have really that much farm to show for it. Invoker is going to grab that Maelstrom that we were talking about.
Yeah, that's actually becoming pretty common these days. When you get everything maxed out in Wex, you attack so fast. You only need 1 in Exort to start getting up the Alacrity, and of course Wex controls the attack speed there, so then you pick up that Mjolnir, and you can just do so much damage.
Yeah, we get the Mjolnir.
Or just the Maelstrom even. You don't even have to finish the Mjolnir.
Well, if he gets the Mjolnir, then the Faceless Void doesn't have to in order to have the armor.
Shield.
Right, so...
Faceless Void goes for the Daedalus, actually, so Sna's got that picked up now. Going to be doing a ton of damage. Already with this Battle Fury, we've seen him cleaving 3 people and taking them down in a single Chrono. The Daedalus is really going to ensure that.
Yeah, he's pumping out about 300 per hit, a little over 300 per hit before armor. And he's going to move in and actually use the chrono on Misko. He grabs Masoku right on the edge.
Wow.
1 foot over the line, and he goes down.
Yeah. Did he actually grab him, or did Masoku maybe sort of stutter step back into it? Because sometimes that does happen.
It looked like he grabbed him because Chen was facing the opposite direction. So it didn't look like he stepped back because his character model would have turned around. He did, I think that was like volleyball rules, Chronosphere.
Yeah, right.
On the line is inbounds, man. You gotta make sure.
It's a good rule.
Out.
Yeah, so Fortification going to be forced out here in the middle lane after those pickoffs. Very nicely placed Chronosphere by SNA. Now the TP's back to defend their towers in the bottom lane. Just going to keep farming Orchid, Phase Boots, Maelstrom. And he's basically got a Shadow Blade 2 on this Invoker because of how Ghost Walk works nowadays. It's so good. SNA Dota, Daedalus we mentioned, he's up to another 3,000 gold already. This Mirana, only 3,000 behind in net worth, but starting to fall behind. Goes for the Midas that we question. I'm even questioning the Lincoln Spheres a bit. It helps with the Lasso, but it doesn't do anything against Chrono. And now you've only got a Manta, so you're reasonably tanky. You're pretty fast with the Phase and the Manta, but you're not really right-clicking for a substantial amount at all.
So you've got Tornado, EMP, Chrono, yeah, there's a lot.
I think Manta Deso would have just been the better build.
I agree. Rushing out that, or not even rushing, getting that Midas at all, but especially getting it when she did. She was supposed to be the reason that Revenge was going to float through the mid-game. She's the harder carry. She was given that hard carry slot. And because she wasn't able to float these engagements, she went for a very defensive build while her team had a very aggressive early game style implied with the draft. They really just were not able to execute, and Masaku is going to be caught out here. He's going to go down. Moonlight Shadow going out, but he is still seen because there's a gem on the Bat Rider who is going to go up and grab Misko. And Masaku also dropping down here to Fluff and Stuff. It looks like, actually. Ice might grabbing that with the fire, but there's going to be the Ghost Walk, and they're going to move in. Venge goes down. This is a GG. As soon as SNA manages to pop the tower. At the moment, we're just farming items. Report to Steam. Or report to Valve. This is item farming.
This is item farming? Yeah, I don't know about that. But Smash, he does get a kill on the Vengeful Spirit. He's got a gem of his own. It looks like he purchased it up himself even. So sick and tired of that Invoker initiating. In the top lane, oh, Mihawk. Back corner to the Chrono, but you're not safe with that 1,000 move speed. SNA quickly moves over and obviously has the damage to take care of things, and this is what you want to see on a Faceless Void. He picks up a BKB after getting all of his damage items, and I mean, if you're forced to go BKB earlier on a Void, then it shuts you down a little bit. It's not the best item to have early. You're limiting how much damage you can put, trading it off for survivability, but not the case here. And yeah, you said side shop, Storm Spirit going to be taken down by Invoker.
That was a double gem Bat Rider for a second. He got one for each eye. Ended up giving one off to the next.
He's got bat eyes too. He needs 4.
Wow, that little bit of zoology information.
Yeah, I'm assuming it has 2 eyes. I don't know. We can check on Showcase View. Looks like it's got 2 eyes.
All right, this is going to be that mid push. We will see. I assume the GG call as soon as one of these racks goes down.
Ooh,
narrowly missing, but
yeah, trying to get super aggressive. There we go. The aggression, Mike. Gonna go ahead and lasso up all the healing there on Chen. Doesn't get the mech, doesn't get the Hand of God. We look over to the buybacks right now. Mirana has one, and Nature's Prophet has one. They're still alive, though. It's actually Ush, not Ush. I'm just so used to him playing Storm Spirit. Smash! His buyback is on cooldown for another 13 seconds.
Not a GG call. That's really surprising me. Revenge seems to think that they still have a chance in this game. They are maybe not watching the same game I am. This is devastating. And the thing is, this is a best of 3 series. If Revenge were to just call GG now, they would probably keep themselves from getting frustrated for the next game. They're going to try to split push this out. Okay, there's...
They do it now, yeah.
Okay.
So, like, one last attempted split push, and then it didn't fail. Or it didn't work, it failed, so they're just going to call it. Now, Smash trying to kill Ush one last time before the game ends. Well, 39-18 SNA+4, the Sneaky Nyx Assassin, as they are now known, with their very cute team icon. With the dominant performance here in game number 2, they pretty much just got out-farmed, maybe even a little outplayed in game 1 by Revenge with their tri-core lineup, that Naga Siren, which was banned here, expected to be maybe banned again as we head into game number 3, the Dota Trash King of the Hill tournament. SNA+4, the previous winners. I'm Helium, the usual host, I suppose, of this. You can follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with what, when, and where I am casting at HeliumBrella. And then, of course, my usual co-host for this event is going to be Gorgon. And where can they find you?
They can find me over at GotCowDota on Twitter, where I will have updates on all of my casting here and elsewhere. I will be doing SIVO later tonight, so if you want to go straight from Dota Trash to some additional, I guess, competitive level Dota, go ahead and swing over to twitch.tv/PlaySivo1.
Indeed, and we'll be back in a moment with game number 3. So until then, peace out.